Alright, welcome back to From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Anime review, episode number 5. We're here reviewing the 5th episode for the series. The Old Country Bumpkin gets enraged by the bad guys. First episode of the series. Last episode wanted to do this, to where the episode does not pick up exactly where the last episode left off. Which, gotta praise it for that. First time since episode 1, we do not have basically just a picking the last episode left off. This one, nope. We start with Barrel training, sparring with Deputy Commander. Well, Deputy Commander actually looks like he's improving. At some points he could have got him with his feints, but he's still lost. He got praise. Cecile, she basically is improving with using two-handed sword. Ava slightly. And then they bring up the whole thing with the ring, which explained that from the previous episode with he was almost pickpocketed. So he was just drop lost and found. And then after he drops it off, then he proceeds to find a place to live because he can't exactly spend all this time living at the inn while he's in the city. He needs a house. So next to the house, and just by sheer coincidence, the girl from the last episode to pickpocket him shows up with a hood on this time. No explanation why she got rid of the hood. It just is simply not here. Oh, and apparently the ring is a pendant, which I'm like, it's a ring. Why the heck are they calling it a pendant for? Pendant is basically something you can open. I mean, it's a ring. Yeah. So I wonder if this may be a translation error on the part of Amazon Prime doing this, because I look at it looks like a ring on a necklace. That's literally what this is. They call it a pendant. When I think of pendant, I think of basically like a little locket or whatever. But a ring? And of course, basically, she's looking for, of course, she's not until her name yet. The true name is actually Miwa. You have this blue hair girl. By the way, first girl in Juice's series who is not a former student. Well, actually, second one in Juice's series who's not a former student of his. Nope. Lucy was the first one. She's second one. Magic ability. Of course, they chat for a bit. Just happened just by sheer coincidence. Celia basically comes by, just chat about because all the magical ability, and of course, basically gives her some eat, gets back her ring, and then Lucy comes along. Is like you have magic ability, though you can be taken out by the state, no problem. And she has still 5 million dogs, which is probably the currency of that world, to resurrect her sister. And Lucy's like, there's no such thing as resurrection magic. Okay, so the whole thing of resurrection magic, a lot of the time, sometimes it does exist. Sometimes it does not. In American fiction, when people do resurrection spells, like in live-action TV shows, do the resurrection stuff, usually comes back wrong, or it just doesn't work. In Overlord, it happens all the time. People get revived. In the world of comic books, it's not that difficult to do. But in the live-action TV shows, when it comes to supernatural stuff, resurrection is not exactly something that's popular. So pretty much basically so then Lucy, Barrel, and Miwa. Her name is Miwa Faye. So then they go to where their headquarters is, which, by the way, this is the same type of place that the Order was training for. And then just by sheer coincidence, Lucy decided to going to the back door. He would just use her fire to destroy the front door. Barrel beats up all the guys by himself. She goes downstairs, fights the wizard, who apparently doesn't have actual magic. He uses magical items. Where she easily beats him. Removes magical items. And then, of course, Miwa is taken by Lucy to become a part of the magic order, while the criminals are arrested. But then we had this mysterious hooded figure who proceeds to give the fake wizard have him commit basically forced commit suicide, just so he doesn't run his mouth. And it turns out the actual person running this thing is a priest, or more like the local pope, given how he's dressed. It could be a bishop per se, but it's some religious leader. Apparently, they want to recreate God's miracle. What this is, we don't know. Could this lead next episode? It's not a cliffhanger per se for this one. It's more like setup for a future episode. But good episode overall. Now, I have no idea how many more episodes we have left to go for this. I mean, we're only 5 episodes in. I could presume we have 7 episodes left to go, but I have no concrete evidence to support that. Yep. So yeah, let's pick up to review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up is the Comic Corner, and then it's on to my last anime I gotta do today, which is I'm an evil lord of intergalactic empire. Okay, so bye.